Hey guys, Aaron from House of Haha, and we are still in colorful Colorado. We had some adventures of driving yesterday. Let me update you on and some of the cool things we got coming ahead. So yesterday we did something we talked about wanting to avoid in this trip to try to get away from, but really, if you're going to drive through the mountains, it's kind of inevitable. It's going to happen. Had to drive through snow. We ended up driving through the Rocky Mountains. Snow that was slushy enough where the entire road turned white, but not heavy enough snow that packed that was anything like to be super worried about. It went really well, actually. I have to say that it could have been a lot worse. I'm kind of proud of myself of how well I handled it. I don't have a lot of experience driving through snow. Sandstorms, plenty of experience of that. Floods, not a problem. Snow, not really in my usual wheelhouse. So fortunately, I had Melody beside me who does have experience driving through snow to kind of prompt me and coach me about pumping my brakes, when to shift down to lower gears. So really, it went really well. We had just a beautiful view to see. We had a mountain full of Christmas trees to look at that had little white frost on them. We saw a ton of wildlife again. Deers and elk aplenty here in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Get pretty close to them too. I was actually kind of surprised how unshy they are about pulling up your car next to them, waving hi. They stare at you like, what's up, keep moving. But they don't run away. See, what else happened? We drove through the lovely town of Vail. I didn't really know anything about it. Melody updated me. Apparently it's where a lot of rich folks live. All the money in Colorado, what people's got a lot of cash and mansions and stuff. This is the place they hang out. And it was gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. Drove along the 70 and went through the Eisenhower Memorial Tunnel. Did I say that right, Melody?
I think so.
And the longest tunnel we've been through at this point, I don't know exactly how many miles it went, but it was enough to say miles as in plural as far as how long the tunnel itself was. If you can look behind us and see the mountains, I don't know if you can pick them up or not, but there's a bunch of snow-covered mountains behind us. That's some of the mountains we went through yesterday, to just give you an idea of kind of how the weather conditions are. As you can see, I'm bundled up, got my House of Haha hoodie on, keeping nice and warm. We're going to be heading west, going to a place called the Black Canyon
of the Gunnison National Park.
The Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park. I have no idea what that is, but we're going to find out today when we get there. Where we stayed tonight, though, however, the little spot we're just standing in right now, the view you see behind us was our campsite for the evening at the Hecla. Thank God you're here to help correct my pronunciation of stuff, Melody. The Hecla Junction campsite here in the Rockies.
Arkansas Headwaters.
On the Arkansas Headwaters. What does Arkansas have to do with going through Colorado?
I think that's where the river is starting here.
That's where the river starts here, and I guess it goes to Arkansas?
It didn't have a lot of information, but that's my guess.
Anyway, Arkansas. Saw it here in Colorado. At least the water parts of it. So, that's a little bit of update so far in our journey. No coyotes like we had at our last campsite. We pulled in there and we had a coyote that was hanging out in the place we were going to be staying for the evening. Also, no bears. At least no bear boxes. When I see no bear boxes, that presumes in my brain that there is no actual bears, which is always a good thing as far as for me to sleep well at night. It was a cold enough night where we actually had to shut the tailgate down, because normally in our bed we have in the back of the Blazer, we have our tailgate open to kind of let the air come in. It's a nice way to sleep. But last night it was so cold that the water in our water bottle and our 5-gallon jug actually started to freeze. We took a drink this morning. There's little slushy bits of ice and stuff in it. And then first thing on the agenda for me was a hot, warm cup of coffee, because holy crap, it was cold. So probably down somewhere, I don't know the exact temperature, probably at least in the mid-20s in that neighborhood or something like that. We actually had a couple things with our technology that have been interacting with the weather that we've never experienced before because of our time in Arizona. First of all, our cell phone, our Android said couldn't use flash because of cold weather. I've never heard of cold preventing a flash from working, but I'm sure at some point when we get Google again, an internet connection, that we'll look that up and we'll see what that's all about. The other thing was on the temperature gauge in the Blazer itself, it kept flashing. It said like 36 degrees, and then it said ice, and it kept going back and forth on that, which is not usually cold enough to freeze at 36, but it seemed to know that it was cold in the ice. So we had a frost, little icicles actually of mud hanging down the sides of the car and stuff.
It was down to 23 yesterday afternoon while we were driving.
That is cold. That was cold. Matter of fact, it's been so cold. There's something, just because it's cold doesn't mean it's always miserable. If you have the right perspective on it, you can take advantage of these situations and sometimes make them work, for you. Case in point, our cooler. We have a 5-gallon cooler jug that we use to keep all our meats and stuff, anything we want to keep cool or not, going spoiled. Usually I put ice inside that. Now I don't know if you guys have priced ice traveling around the road or not, but it's expensive. $3 or $4. For a 3 or 6 gallon, bag of ice. And when you've got to get that on a regular basis, like that $3 or $4, $6, whatever it is, that adds up over time, and that's a big chunk of your money you're putting towards just keeping things from not going bad. However, when we got into the mountains here last night, I saw snow. I didn't just see snow, I saw free ice. So what we did is we pulled over, opened up the top of the cooler, took the lid and started scooping snow into the cooler itself, and it is still frozen snow as of this moment. So that's at least what, 3 days we've had free ice that's been lasting us in these nice cold temperatures. So again, all about your attitude and perspective on things. Sometimes it's freezing cold, sometimes it's free ice day. I don't know, depends how you want to look at it. Anyway, we're gonna get back on the road, continue our journey, heading west, going to this
Black Canyon of the Gunnison.
I don't even know what a Gunnison is. Black Canyon of the Gunnison. We're going to be
There's a
heading
city
there.
called Gunnison near there. Maybe a people or something.
There you go. Well, we'll do a video and you can check the next one and we'll tell you what a Black Canyon of the Gunnison is all about. And after that, we're making our way actually back to Arizona, back sort of where this started. Not in the same spot of Arizona, just to get a little spot to take care of some business for the car, and then figure out where we're going to head next on this journey. So, Aaron Gardy from houseofhaha.com. Thank you for checking in. Please, please, please go to houseofhaha.com and buy our cool stuff. Buying our clothes and buying our t-shirts, our mugs, our bags, cool hoodies, hats like this. This is how we fund this trip. We're not doing a Kickstarter. We're not doing an Indiegogo. We're not doing all that crowdsource funding. We're running a business. We're wanting to promote a beautiful, amazing, awesome t-shirt company to help us travel around, to see beautiful places, and to make videos for you to bring you along with us. So, thank you for checking in. Go to houseofhaha.com and have a reasonable day.